Hello everyone and welcome to the presentation of our game, Campus. My name is Valentin and I am the game artist of this project.
My name is Gaëtan and I'm a game designer and the game programmer.
My name is Lou and I'm game designer and also the project manager. Please dive with us into this awesome project that is Campus. Campus is a social message game in a semi-open world. It takes place on an American campus called Brodale. The player embodies a student enlisted in a community whose goal is to make the other students happy. Our goal with Campus is to fight school bullying and bring closer people to charities. The player has to make his community the most influent on Campus.
The main objective for the player is to acquire influence for his community. There are two communities in Campus, the Bros and the Poles. In order to gain influence, the player has to fulfill various missions that the students of the campus will give him.
In Brodale there are 7 different types of clusters. They are groups of people who have the same interests and passions. We designed the AI of the students to behave in a logical way. If the player as a hipster becomes friend with a nerd, he will have the same relationship status with all the nerds. Hence, we also created a powerful dialogue and mission system to help us create more quickly content using these features.
The player has the possibility to use a phone in-game with different installed applications that gives the player a variety of possible interactions. The player can use an in-game social network called Azure Campus that allows him to share his state of mind with the other characters on campus in the Campus tab of the application, or with other players in the Worldwide tab. More than just pretty screens, it's also a tool that the player can use to get in touch with other players and improve his experience of Campus.
We do not want Campus to contain bad elements, such as swear words or violence. That's why we came up with the best conflict resolution system in the world, the dance-off.
The player is able to challenge or be challenged by non-playable characters on campus. Hence, the player will have to step up and show his amazing dance moves in order to obtain the favors of the crowd.
We implemented other gameplay elements to add some variety to the missions the students will propose to the player. There are all other ways to resolve the objectives.
In order to renew the interest of the player, we propose different missions corresponding to a daily, weekly, monthly or biannual basis. The rewards are bigger if the objectives are long to achieve. At the end of the year, the community with the biggest influence on the campus will get the best rewards.
We would like Campus to work with a seasonal cycle. Each semester for free there will be new big objectives for the player to fulfill. That implies, of course, new content, new mechanics and new areas to discover.
To help us craft the best experience possible for the player, we created special tools in Unity, enabling us to be very flexible in our process. The Dialogue Manager allows us to represent and iterate on the different possibilities of interactions for the player through his dialogues with the other students. We use a Crowd Manager to separate the campus in different areas. The students go to their favorite one and do their favorite activity. Some areas are more frequented by some clusters, such as the fitness club for the sports people. The areas are designed to make the students interact with each other in a believable and clever way.
The non-playable character manager helps us to access quickly to the mission's content and allow us to modify them promptly. The social manager enables us to monitor the relationships between the different clusters of students. This is one of the main things that is used with Azure.
Using Microsoft Azure, we have the possibility to store in the cloud the influence of the two communities of the campus and the evolution of the relationships between clusters, so it can have an impact in other players' game. If the player, as a nerd, has defeated a hipster too many times in the dance-off, the relationships between all the hipsters and all the nerds will be tense in another player's game.
By the way the player plays the game, he can change the way other people will play the game. His actions have consequences, but if the player acts nicely, he will be obviously rewarded.
The influence of your community will be shared with all the other players. This means that the campus the player evolves in will change every time he launches the game, because other players may have lowered the influence of the community in their game. On the other hand, a worldwide tab in the Azure Campus application will be shared between all the players so they can communicate.
With our game, we wanted to create a safe, bright and colorful environment for the player to roam in. We mixed architectural elements of classical campuses and elements of contemporary campuses, such as the Microsoft campus in Redmond. This fusion of multiple architectural styles, with the care bestowed to the level building, really gives to Rodale its own personality.
We wish to release the game for free, but with the intention to propose in-game additional content that the player could buy. The planned additional content consists of cosmetic items, such as hats or jackets, or even new filters for the player's photo gallery. The seasonal cycle of campus will also bring new content and new things to buy.
As the player is only able to do things that makes other students happy, it's our way to fight school bullying and cyberbullying too, with a clever use of an in-game phone. A big part of the money the player will spend in our game will be given to a charity that we sponsor for free the semester. By doing that, we bring people closer to charity. Each semester, the sponsoring association will leave its place to another charity.
We are currently integrating new buildings and new characters into our campus in order to make it more living and pretty. We are also working on other applications of the phone to offer more possibilities to the player. We are currently in discussions with various associations to know if they like our concept and if they would agree to sponsor our game or even agree to lend their name so we can put it into our prototype. We are glad that the Super Smile Foundation, Food Cycle, MenCap and Direct Relief already agreed.
We wish to create the inside of the different buildings of the environment, so the player can live a more holistic experience of our campus, Rodale. We would like to create more content for campus, like a bigger variety of missions, but also cosmetic items the player could buy through his in-game phone. In extension of this idea, we would like to implement a character creation system so the player can identify himself to the character more easily.
We also would like to develop a companion application for the player to track the actuality of his campus and the evolution of the influence and its association.
As we are on multiple social networks, we would really enjoy to get fans and to give our project more visibility.
We are also going to implement the features using Azure, but we have not yet had time to develop.
Thanks a lot for watching this video. We hope we shared the enthusiasm we have for this project. See you soon.
Au revoir.